Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our class on leads generation. My name is Robert. Thank you so much for being present in today's class. We have an interesting topic today, lead generation, how as realtors we can generate our own leads and use the tools that are available to us for marketing, for advertising, and generate our rental leads, perhaps some buyer leads, and definitely some seller leads. Guys, if you have any questions in our presentations, please feel free, unmute yourselves. This is an interactive class. I will answer all of your questions. And if you just don't want to talk on the Zoom, that's okay. You can always ask your questions in the chat. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to first cover some of the rules, do's and don'ts when it comes to advertising and promoting listings. It is very important that we follow through with these rules. Some of the don'ts are definitely violations with the MLS, and you guys can get in trouble. So I want to make sure that we all know how to choose the properties that we want to advertise and how we can properly advertise them with full permission. All right, so let's go ahead and get started by logging into our Matrix MLS. And here we are. Now, the first rule that we have is that you guys, as elite agents, you can advertise any one of our properties. So, any one of our listings, you guys have full permission to promote and advertise without needing any agent authorization. All right, so how do we find our listings? Well, inside of Matrix, in your homepage, there is a section somewhere on mine. I have it all the way here in the top that says my listings. Inside of my listings, you will see my firm active listings and you will see our active listing count right there. Those of you that have listings, you will also see your listing count right here, like I have on mine. Now, if you don't see it in your homepage, there is another way for us to access my listings, and that would be under my matrix and then clicking on my listings. You will see a drop down menu right here on the upper left where it says show, and you will switch that over to my office active listings. And once again, you will see all of our office listings. All right, you guys can sort by price. So you guys can sort by price so you can see all the rentals first, and then all the properties are for sale. All right. Any of these listings, guys, you have permission to advertise. So let's say, for example, you want to maybe pick up a lead or two in the Miami Beach area. So go ahead and choose a property that is in Miami Beach. All right. So here's a condo, which is for rent at $3,000. And this is a one bedroom, one bathroom condo. If you look here at the very bottom, you will see that you have okay to advertise. You have permission to advertise. However, this is from our office, so you automatically have permission to advertise. We would love nothing more than to close a transaction within our office, right? So all agents involved in the transaction are going to benefit from this, right? But right here, it says okay to advertise and it says attribution required. There are four sections to the okay to advertise. There is yes, attribution required. There's also no. There's also with permission. And then there's also another one that says yes, attribution not required. So what is attribution? Somewhere on your marketing, somewhere on your advertising, if it says attribution required, you must disclose the office that listed the property. So it could be in very small print. It could be maybe 50% transparent. It doesn't have to be like bold. It doesn't have to be out there, but it must say listing courtesy of ABC Realty. All right. Now that's not the case in here because this is from our office and you don't really have to do that. Now, if it says attribution not required, then your marketing, your advertising does not have to include listing courtesy of ABC Realty. All right. Now, keep in mind when we're creating flyers, right? When we're creating flyers of properties that are listed on the MLS, for your listings or for any other person's listings, you still need to include our company logo, right? You need to include our company logo. So I'm going to switch off real quick here to Canva. Canva is a program that allows us to design really cool flyers. And you'll see that this is a flyer that I designed not too long ago and I posted and it does have the Elite logo. So everything that you guys create, every flyer you guys create should have the Elite logo. It does not have to have our name, like you don't need to put Elite Ocean View Realty, but as long as you have the logo, that is fine. All right, so every single flyer you see that I do here has the Elite logo. All right, so let's go back into the MLS. Now that you know how to locate our listings, then what would you do? Obviously, if you're going to create Instagram posts, then you're going to need some photos. So what you do is you click on the photo and you're going to right click and save the photo to your device, right? And then once you have a few photos that you want to use in your marketing, you're going to then create your ad on Instagram, or if you're going to create a slideshow, or if you're going to create a flyer, and you're going to go ahead and create that on Instagram or any other social media platform. Okay. Now, how can we search for properties on the MLS that automatically give us okay to advertise? So let's go ahead and click on search rental. And the reason why I'm attacking rentals, let me tell you, it is much easier for you guys to get leads and start getting busy in real estate with rentals. There's a lot of renters out there that need our help and you have an opportunity right away to start working with someone the moment you get your first lead. Buyers are, well, I mean, there's still buyers out there, but it's not going to be so often that you get a buyer lead. So I am showing you how to work the rentals right now and hoping that you get busy right away with these leads. Okay. So in the rental search in the MLS, you're going to go down here to where it says additional fields and you guys want to click on add remove. You want to click on add remove. And then in the available fields, you guys are going to go ahead and search for OK to advertise. You're going to search for OK to advertise and you're going to click on add. We're going to make sure that it is in the column, which is on the right-hand side. That makes it an available field in our search tool, in our search criteria, right? Then you click on back and then it's simple. You want to search for properties that automatically give you the right to advertise. So we have over here, OK to advertise. I'm going to click on yes, attribution not required, and yes, attribution required. All right, because pretty much any flyer I do, I'm going to include attribution anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and just select both. That leaves us with a total of 4,898 properties right now on the MLS that are for rent that I can advertise without even having to call the agent. Now, guys, if there is a listing out there, one second here. If there is a listing out there that you want to advertise and it says with written broker approval, then all you need to do is either send an email or send a text message to the broker. And what I mean by the broker, I mean the listing agent, ask them for permission. Say, listen, I am Robert. I'm with Elite Ocean View Realty, and I would like to have your permission to advertise your listing. In most cases, they're going to say yes, right? They're going to say yes because they've answered with written broker approval. So how many properties do we have here? We have over 3,000 properties that are listed with written broker approval. Now, how many agents say no, right? And there's over 5,000 matches of agents that say no. So if you see okay to advertise and you see no, obviously they do not want you or they do not allow you to advertise their property. So in total, we have 3,000 with written broker approval, and we have nearly 5,000 listings that say yes automatically. All right. So when you click on yes, attribution not required, and yes, attribution required, now we have this total. And now just go ahead and choose the city that you want to work. Let's say it's Miami Beach. All right, you want to work the Miami Beach area, there's 446. Let's say you want to do condos and you want to do a two-bedroom, two-bathroom condo. So what's available for us right now? 116 condos that are two bedrooms and two bathrooms that we have the permission to advertise. So all of these right here, it's not even from our office, right? You don't have to use our office. Of course, we would like for you to use our listings, but you don't have to. And here is, yeah, don't really like that picture. Okay, here's a listing here, listed for $3,500 a month, say 2-2. And you guys have the pictures and you can create your ad. Okay. Now, what's one very easy way for us to create an ad, guys? A lot of you who are new to real estate right now, you may not have heard or have used a program we have called Agent 3000. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you Agent 3000 now. And I'm going to show you how to create some content using Agent 3000. I want you guys also to know that we have a class specifically designed for Agent 3000, which you can already find inside of my YouTube channel. So if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, you should, because all my classes, including today's class, is inside of my YouTube channel. Now notice right here, Agent 3000 marketing tools. This video right here is going to show you exactly what to do with all the marketing tools in Agent 3000, including what I'm about to show you today. All right, so this is my YouTube channel, guys. It's robertr.305. Please follow me on YouTube. All right, so let's go back into Agent 3000. So first and foremost, you guys, you want to create your branding. You want to make sure that all of your marketing material is branded to you. And we're going to go to the upper left corner, click on the green settings button. And we want to make sure that all of your information is correct. We want to make sure that your logo is uploaded. And what I mean by your logo, I mean our company logo. And then you want to make sure that you upload your photo. All right. So you take care of the profile, you take care of the logo, you take care of your photo, and then go back to profile, click on save on the lower left corner, and that's going to save your information. All right. So we are now moving on to some of the marketing features we have. So if you want to pick up some leads on a property, you have to put in the effort into marketing that property. So let's say I wanted to market this property right here. And let's go to the next one and see if we can get one with a really nice waterfront photo. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, let's go with this one. All right, so you're gonna copy this MLS number, right? You're gonna copy the MLS number. We're gonna click on copy. Remember, we have the permission to advertise, right? Yes, attribution required. So we have the permission to advertise. So we're gonna go ahead and copy that MLS number, go back to Agent 3000. There are so many different tools on the left that you guys can use. You can create a single property website, a website for that specific listing. You can create flyers of 1 photos, of 4 photos, of 10 photos. Okay. And you guys can also go to social media tools and create listing collages of that listing, a collage of that listing that leads to a landing page for that listing. So there are so many tools here that you guys can create. I'm gonna or use to create a marketing piece. Let's click on single property website. And guys, all you need to do is come over here. You're going to paste that MLS number. You're going to click on this blue link. You're going to make sure that you have permission to advertise. We do. All right. So we're going to hit I agree. And now you have different templates which you can choose from. So look how fast you guys can create a nice looking website for a listing off of the MLS. So I'm going to go with template number 2 in black with address. Template number 2 in black with address. And here is the listing that I just created. All right, so it's unfortunately I chose a listing that has blurry photos. Oh man. And there's nothing I can do. That the first 2 photos of that listing were kind of blurry. But you see these photos are much better. So here is a website that highlights the entire listing. And then all the way at the bottom, it does have your photo and your name and all of your contact information. And then the ability for buyers or renters out there to request more information. When they do request more information, you are going to get the information, not the listing agent, just you are. Do you guys wonder what attribution is? I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, right? All the way to the bottom, there's like a disclaimer, and you're gonna see here that says listing is courtesy of Beachfront Realty Inc. That's attribution. All right. So when you're doing ads or creating different marketing pieces through Agent 3000, for example, attribution will automatically be added to the system. All right, guys, you copy this link up here and you go to your Facebook, for example. And if you want to go ahead and paste it, you guys can paste it here, create a post. All right, create a post. Sometimes the photo of the website doesn't come out. So basically what I do is I kind of refresh the screen real quick here and I will try once again. I want to make sure that the photo of that website comes out like this. All right, so notice that I tried once, the photo didn't come out, so I refreshed the screen. I went ahead and I pasted it again. Here's the photo of the website. Now feel free to remove this because you don't need this. You don't need that link because this is a link already, right? And talk about the property. What about the property? Well, it's for rent. It's $4,400 a month. It's waterfront. It's a two-bedroom, two-bathroom, fully upgraded. You want to talk about it and you want to post it onto Facebook. So that is your single property website, right? Single property website. Now I'm going to go back into Agent 3000, guys. If you want to create flyers, you guys can create flyers. Again, there is the ability to create a flyer with just one singular photo. Then there is a 4 photo flyer, a 10 photo flyer, and then open house flyers is if you're going to host an open house, just listed, just sold, or for rent flyer. I'm going to go with a 4 photo flyer. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy this MLS number one more time. And let's see how easy we can create flyers. You're gonna paste that MLS number, come over here, accept the terms, I agree, and then choose your favorite photos, right? Choose your favorite photos. I'm gonna go ahead and choose 4 photos that I would like to use. And then do you want to show the address on the flyer? Yes or no? If you do not, then you're going to check here. Do you want to show the price on the flyer? If you do not want to show the price, you're going to check there. Do you want to add your profile photo to the flyer? Do you want to add a QR code? You have to choose one. You cannot choose both. All right, so I'm going to go with my photo on the flyer. Your name, your email, your phone number. Do you want to select a background image? You guys have these images or these borders that you can choose. I'm gonna go with a blue and light gray. And then choose the color scheme of your flyer. Here's some of the details and remarks that will be included on the flyer and just click on create JPEG. Why do you want a JPEG rather than a PDF? Because if you're going to use it on Instagram, for example, you're going to need a photo. If you're going to use it on TikTok, you're going to need a photo. It's best that you post a photo. You cannot post PDF files on social media. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create a JPEG. And there's my flyer. Guys, I already talked to you a little bit about Canva. Canva allows you to create really nice flyers to your liking, to your taste, and to your design. However, if you don't want to spend time learning how to use Canva, or if you don't want to pay for their professional services, then you can use something like Agent 3000 to create a flyer like this in just seconds in just seconds. It talks about the property, the rent price, our elite logo, the 4 photos you chose, some other remarks, details, and your contact information. If you guys take a look at the very bottom, all right, the very bottom, all the way here in very light gray, it says all information is deemed reliable but not guaranteed. Listing courtesy of the brokerage that's listing the property. All right, that is attribution. It's on your flyer. It's in very, very light gray font all the way at the bottom. So keep in mind, if you are going to create flyers in a place like Canva and the listing is not yours or it's not from our office and it says attribution required, you must somewhere on this flyer that you create in very small print, it could be all the way down here, click on, you must write listing courtesy of ABC Realty, whoever the real estate office that listed the property. You do not have to include the listing agent, all right? You guys want to generate the leads for yourself, okay? All right, so that's Agent 3000, guys. There's another one I wanted to show you before I actually go into how to generate these leads yourself. Social media tools. Social media tools allows you to create a real cool collage of a listing. You're going to click on listing collage post. You're going to come here, click on MLS number. All right, and then you're going to go ahead and select that MLS number. I accept and agree. You have here all these different photos that you can choose to create a 5 picture collage, right? A 5 picture collage. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and put in here 5 photos. It's not something I'm going to post right now, but I'm going to click on create collage and show you that here are the 5 photos I chose. If you agree with the 5 photos, then simply click on Facebook right here. And it's going to take you right into Facebook where it's going to create a 5 picture collage that links up to the landing page for that property. Once again, you see how the photo didn't show up. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. I mean, I want that photo to show up. All right, so the photo's not showing up. Let me switch over to my business account. See if we can try this again. All right, I think it's happening now. Create a post. I think it's going to go ahead and create that 5 pictures collage, which you're going to then describe the property in the description and you're going to post it. Okay. All right, let's try LinkedIn. See if something works. Loading preview. There's the preview. There's a 5 picture collage. All right. And let's see if Facebook already woke up. It didn't wake up. Let's try one more time, guys. If not, I'm just going to continue on to something else because it's taking a while to wake up here. Anyways, yeah, so a 5 picture collage looking exactly like this is going to show up. And guys, when people click on it, when they see the ad, they click on it, it's going to lead right into the landing page for that property, right? It's going to lead right into the landing page for that property. So it's really cool. It allows you to generate and keep all the leads to yourself. Okay. And once again, all this is done with Agent 3000. It's free, guys. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to do this with Agent 3000. Okay. All right. Enough about Agent 3000 right now. I just want you to know that there's a whole lot more that you guys can do. If you struggle to create content and you want to create content for social media, you have over here brand and market. It's an excellent section of Agent 3000 that allows you to create branded infographics. So you have a lot of different infographics that you guys can create. You have over here buyers and sellers. Did you know engagement, home maintenance, questions and answers, real estate quotes. So let's say you want real estate quotes. You have all of these that you guys can create for your social media marketing. Please watch the video on Agent 3000 marketing tools or plan to attend the next time I teach one of these classes. All right. You can also go to the Association of Realtors, and they also have classes on Agent 3000. If you cannot wait for my class, then join the Association of Realtors for one of their classes. All right. Perfect. All right, guys. So let's now jump into Facebook. Let's jump into Facebook, and I want to show you how you can place a listing in the marketplace on Facebook to generate leads. All right. First thing that you guys need to decide is what's going to be your niche. Like, where do you want to generate leads? Do you want to generate leads in Miami Shores, in Brickell, up in Broward, in Hollywood Beach? You know, where do you want to generate listing leads from? So you're going to then search for that type of property, right, in the MLS. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on my firm's active listings, and I want to use one of our listings. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of our listings. Here's a listing in Neo Vertica, 4,800. Do you believe 4,800 is a good price range to generate leads? This is a three bedroom, two bathroom. Of course, that's a great price for us to rent the property. It's a very generous compensation. But do you believe you're going to generate a lot of leads with a listed price of 4,800? You know, I think that it's a little over most people's budget in here in South Florida. So maybe that's not the one that we want to choose. So once again, you're going to try and choose the right type of property, right? In that right price range. Now, I'm not deterring you from selecting that one, but once again, if it's a 3-2 condo, maybe $5,000 a month is the right price, but maybe you want to be right around the $3,000 rental price range. You may get a lot more leads that way. So I'm gonna go back to this listing right here, which is $3,000, right? Now, inside of Facebook, a lot of renters begin their searches on Zillow, on Facebook Marketplace, maybe the Nextdoor app. I don't know if you guys know about Nextdoor. It's an app that it's available and you can sign up and pretty much put like, the community or the area that you live in, and you can use the Nextdoor app as well. These are all places where we can place a listing and then generate leads. So in Facebook, we're going to go to Marketplace, right? And in Marketplace, you're going to click on create a new listing. And we are going to create a home for sale or rent, which is all the way to the right. Now, before I click on create a home for sale and rent, let me click over here where it says your listings and show you that I have, several active listings inside of Marketplace. I have several active listings. This listing in particular is a four-bedroom, three-bathroom townhouse, and it's listed for 3,300. And I will show you that since September of last year, I was able to generate over 10 rental closings and over 100 leads. Now, not every lead leads to something. Remember, I just said over 10 rental closings, but not every lead leads to something. Most leads will ghost you. Most leads will reach out and say, "Hey, I'm interested." And then when you reach back to them, they never again contact you. But it's a numbers game. If you generate 100 leads, you're surely able to get at least 10 people to respond and work with. Okay. So, and if you guys want to see it, right, before I actually show you the marketplace, I'm going to go over here to where it says the messenger in Facebook. And I'm going to click on marketplace right here. And this is the picture, right? The 4-3. Let's go back. Let's go back as far as I can and show you how many leads and people interested I have on this property. And I responded to everyone. I responded to everyone. Guys, this is look, I happened to click on one David right here. Responded to David, and guess what? I was able to help David find a property. He says that somos ocho personas, there were 8 people and large family. And I was able to exchange contact information, and we were able to actually find them a nice home in Miami Lakes, and they rented. All right. So as you saw in my messenger, when I click on marketplace, I mean, it goes on and on and on. That was a lot of leads, guys. If you are not doing anything, if you're not generating your own leads, if it's dead, please follow my instructions. It's gonna work. Okay. And I think that one of the most important things that you guys should know is that no one inside of Facebook Marketplace has access to your Facebook profile. All right. I don't have access. See, that's Damien right here. I don't have access to Damien's profile. I can click here. I can open in Messenger. I mean, I don't have access to Damien's profile. So they don't have access to yours. So if you're worried about privacy, whether they're going to stalk you or look at your profile, they do not have access to your profile. Okay. All right. So let's go back over here and click on create a new listing. We're going to create a home for sale and rent. And then the first thing that you're going to do is on the left-hand side, you're going to upload the photos of the listing. So right here it says add photos or video. You're going to click on add photos. And now you're going to go ahead and add photos. All right. I'm just going to add one photo, right? I'm just going to add one photo for now. And this is one photo that I just added. Obviously, you guys will add more photos. Then you're going to come here. You're going to say home for sale or rent. We're going to say for rent. Rent type, this is, what is this? A condo, right? So an apartment. All right. I wish they would call it condo. It's an apartment. It's a condo. All right. So apartment for rent. This is a private room in a shared property? No. All right. If it is, let's say you wanted to list a private room that is in a property that you're sharing with others, then you're gonna turn that on. How many bedrooms? Two. How many bathrooms? Two. Right? Price per month, $3,000. Location, you don't have to do the exact location, guys. You can do Miami Beach, Florida, right? You can just put in here Miami Beach, Florida, and that's it. You don't have to show people the address of the property. Remember, this is not even your listing. You're just trying to generate leads. So Miami Beach, Florida, rental description. Now, if you guys want to, on the rental description, you can say beautiful two-bedroom, two-bathroom at the Decoplage, in South Beach. If you want to volunteer which building it is in, that's fine. Okay, so rental description is more like, um, that that was not the decoupage, the carriage club. That's fine. You can use some other remarks. You don't have to copy it word for word. All right. You can just create your own description, and then property square footage, data available, laundry type, parking, air conditioning, heating, cat friendly, dog friendly, and then go to the next step. I do recommend that in your description, you guys also write for more information or to tour or to schedule a tour of the property, please call and then place your name, your phone number. All right. You want people to call you. All right. I love that I got all those messages on Facebook Marketplace, but in reality, I would prefer phone call much better. All right. So if you guys in your rental description, you write that you want people to call you, then great. And then once you guys post the listing, it's going to give you the in the marketplace. Once you guys post the listing, it's going to give you the opportunity, right, to share the listing. See right there, share the listing. Now let me show you how what it looks like when you share a listing. So I recently shared a listing on Marketplace. Let me show you. All right. And there it is. So I shared it. It says fabulous home for rent in a quiet community of the landings on Cypress Green in Tamarack, featuring two bedrooms and two bathrooms with luxury finishes throughout. Contact me for more information or to schedule a tour. And there's my phone number. There's nothing illegal about that. You guys want to place your phone number, go ahead and do so. Now keep in mind the public is seeing this. So expect phone calls from strangers. Expect phone calls from people that you don't know, right? And then, if you share it and people click on it, it leads them to the listing. It leads them to the listing where they can see information on the property, where it's located in Tamarack, and things like transit and nearby walk scores and everything else. So all of this is included. Guys, this is an excellent way for us to generate leads. As you saw, it has happened to me. It has happened to others who work in our office and other realtors throughout. Okay. Now, how many of you have a Zillow account created? How many of you have a Zillow account created? Anybody? You can unmute yourself. You can say yes, no. All right. So everyone is silent. That's fine. You guys,
I'm sorry, Robert. I'm sorry. If we have what?
a Zillow account created.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I don't.
You don't? All right. So we're all realtors. Everyone here has the ability to create a Zillow account for free. And this is my Zillow account. So I'm in my Zillow account right now. Notice my photo in the upper right corner. Just go to Zillow.com and create an account. Now, you see right here, it says manage rentals. Manage rentals. You're gonna click there, and then you guys can add a rental for free, right? Add a property. Now, I must say that the property you are adding cannot be active on the MLS. All right, because if it's active on the MLS, it already exists inside the MLS. I'm sorry, inside of Zillow. So you must pick a property that is no longer on the MLS. All right, or maybe a property that is being rented off the MLS, like an off-market listing, or perhaps a property of a friend of yours that they allow you to use so you can generate some leads. Now, right over here, new lead, okay? New lead. And I have a lead here on a property from Marcella, which I called, and I am going to show the property today. Tour requested. I have a lead here from Noreen. I called, right? Said, good afternoon, Noreen. I'll call you soon. I called and haven't really heard back from Noreen yet. And then I did get a lead on June 2nd from Lagara. I did call and I spoke to Lagara more on this property. And then I have three more leads over here. I have the Zillow app, the Zillow Rental Manager app on my phone that I can immediately respond and call them right away. Okay. So how do you add a property on Zillow? Simply go here, click on add a property, and then the street address, guys. If Zillow recognizes the address that you put in here as an active listing, then it's not going to let you upload it. It's going to deny it. It's going to say this property is already uploaded in Zillow. So, when you get leads through our system that says unit not available, right? Unit not available. It's because the unit is no longer available, right? So it's okay. You have the permission to advertise. Go ahead and use it, especially one of our units. You guys can do that. You guys can look at one of our previously rented units and upload it and start generating leads through Zillow. Okay, so it's the same thing, just like Marketplace. You want to upload photos, details on the property, and save it. And then you want to make sure you have the Zillow Rental Manager app on your phone because you're going to receive your leads through there. Okay, that's going to be done through Zillow. All right, so leads generated through Zillow, leads generated through Marketplace are your leads only, and you guys will work your leads at all times, right? You guys will work your leads at all times. Any questions on Zillow and Marketplace?
I had to go to the bathroom in the beginning part of this. You said something like we just can't put anything that's already on MLS on here, right? That's what I thought I heard.
Correct. So let's say, for example, this is on the MLS. 5005 Collins Avenue, apartment 714. If I attempted to put the property here on Zillow, it's going to say that property already exists. What was the apartment? 714. So, you're going to select it and you see this property is already posted for sale. Listings cannot be listed for rent and for sale at the same time. So you're not going to be able to post this one. Now, if the property were off the market, then you definitely can. So what's an off-market property? All right. Um, Let me go here let me show you from our office. I don't want you guys to start choosing rental listings from other agents. Try and just use ours. My firm active listings, you're gonna go to the drop-down menu right here, and you're gonna see my office closed listings in the last 2 years. These are all rented. See that? These are all rented. So let's say you wanted to do this one. All right, 2979 Bird Avenue, Unit 8, 2978. 2979, right? 2979 Bird Avenue, and then apartment 8, right? Apartment 8, apartment 8. See how we never got the address, the error. So you guys are allowed now to continue adding the listing. It's just remember, unit not available. So when you do get a lead, you say, unfortunately, and you contact the lead, you say, hey, uh, the lead, the not the lead. You call a lead, right? And you say, hey, this is Robert with Elite Ocean View Realty. Thank you so much for showing interest in 2979 Bird Avenue. However, this property was recently rented. And then offer to show them a few other properties in this area. Remember, we have access to the MLS. We can rent or sell any property in the MLS. The idea is for you to get the lead and build rapport with the lead, help them find the property. That's what I did with a lot of my Facebook marketplace leads. That 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom townhouse that you saw there was rented in when was it rented? In August of 2024. It was one of my listings, by the way. So it wasn't from our off it's from our office, but it was really one of my listings. But either way, I still used it to generate a lot more leads after I rented it because I just kept on renewing the listing in marketplace, and everyone that I got through there, I would offer other properties. And again, I was able to close about 10 rental listings because of that one listing on the MLS on Facebook Marketplace. All right. There's a few questions on the chat. All right. So, how effective have you found boosting listings on Facebook? All right. Interesting question, Donna. Thank you so much. So, notice that this right here is the marketplace listing, and I shared it on my personal account. All right. On my personal account, you cannot boost. But if I switch over to my business account, if I switch over to my business account and I post a listing on my business account like this, then I can boost. Basically, what boost does is that you're paying for more people to see it. You're paying for more people. Let's say you don't have a great following on social media and you want to boost it. It really is up to you how much money you want to spend. How effective is it? It's effective because more people are going to see it. I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to get your property sold or rented because of boosting it. But you are going to see you're going to get more people to see it. So you click on boost, and it takes you over here where you're going to, you know, tell them what your goal is. What's your goal? Do you want people? You want to get more phone calls? Do you want to get more messages? You want to get more engagement, more leads? And then go through, put a call now button, put your phone number so people can call you. Make sure that you say that this is a housing ad. If you don't turn on the special ad category, if you don't turn it on and you don't choose housing, it's going to get denied. This is an ad about housing. All right. There are social issues. All right, what just happened here? Oh, I see what's happening. Facebook finally woke up and is allowing me to post this thing here. Just go back over here, cancel. Oh, this is not good. All right. Social issues, housing, employment, and financial products. All of this requires you to agree to the terms. So it's special housing. If you submit an ad about housing and you don't turn this on, it's not going to get approved. Okay. And then choose your audience. Remember, we cannot target a specific age group, a specific um you can target a specific location. You just cannot target a specific gender or age group. It has to be open to all genders and all age group. Okay. And then you guys can choose how many days you want this ad to run for and what is your budget. And it tells you. If I was to run this ad now for 7 days, and I want to spend a total of $25, all right, estimated. No, keep in mind, it says here $25 is how much I'm spending. Estimated 13,000 to almost 40,000 clicks per day, but $25 for 7 days is $175. So this here is per day. So let's say you wanted to do $25 total. So let's go with $5. $5 per day. $5 per day for 7 days is $35. So it says here accounts reached per day is anywhere from 2,800 to almost 8,000 people per day. So it's not a bad way to advertise, and you're definitely going to reach a lot more people. I just cannot guarantee that you're going to get maybe the results you're hoping for. Maybe you do. Who knows? All right, guys, same thing goes with Instagram. Those of you with Instagram accounts, this is a post that I did on Instagram, and once again, I can boost this on Instagram and pretty much pay to get more people to see it. What was one of my recent boosts on Instagram? One of my recent boosts on Instagram was this one, this video right here. See how it says boost again? All right. So what did I get from this? I'm going to click on view insights, and I boosted it just for one day. All right, just for one day, I got a total of 616 views on this video. I got some interactions, right? Likes and shares and whatnot, 3 comments on it. Uh, I just boosted it for one day just to see what happens. Okay. So you definitely can try boosting and paying for ads. All right, guys. My trick and my recommendation is for you guys to stick to marketplace if you want to generate your own leads. Zillow, if you want to generate your own leads, even apartments.com. You guys can go to apartments.com, right? You guys can go to apartments.com and you can sign in or you can create your own account, right? Sign up and create your own account. I'm going to click on manage rentals, and I believe it's going to sign me right in. Should sign me right in. It didn't sign me right in. Let me go ahead and sign in. Come on. There you go. And once again, that's apartments.com. This is that one listing that I had that I generate so many leads from. All right, I can renew this listing, and I can come up here and just add a new property. I can add a new property, and that's another area that you guys can just load a property onto and generate some leads from. So that's how you're going to start generating some of your own leads. Now, to generate seller leads we at Elite Ocean View Realty give you a list of for sale by owner and expired listings every single week, don't we? All right, we give you a list of for sale by owners and expired listings every single week. Now, what if you don't want to wait for our list, right? What if you guys want to do your own expired listings? Then you're going to come here and we're going to select IMAP. Right? We're going to go ahead to the resource panel. We're going to select IMAP and we're going to click on MLS search. We're going to click on MLS search. All right. Now for listing status, we are going to select expired, not relisted. Expired, not relisted. And then let's go and target single family homes. Single family homes, expired, not relisted in the city of, let's go with Coral Springs in Broward. All right. And then let's go ahead and open one of the fields we're not using there on the left, and let's select expired date. Expired date. And then let's go back 3 months, right? If today's June 5th, let's go back to March 5th, like this. It says equal to, greater than or equal to March 5th. These are all the expired single family homes that were not relisted right, that were not relisted in Coral Springs. So if you don't want to wait for our list, or maybe our list isn't in the area that you would like to concentrate on, that's fine. This is how you get your own expired listings. We provide you expired listings every single week for the expires of that week alone. But if you guys want to do your own search, then go ahead and select all of them and then come over here, download, and you will download the property address, the name of the owner, and the phone number of the owner. All right, the property address, the name of the owner, and the phone number of the owner, so you guys can do your own calling, right? And get some listing leads that way. Okay. I have a class called Prospecting and Farming where we cover IMAP, and we also cover Remine, which is another prospecting tool right here, Remine, that allows you to get contact information for property owners so you guys can call and perhaps get a new listing. All right. So please look for that class inside of my YouTube channel, or just wait for the next time I offer the class to our office. All right, guys, there are so many ways that us realtors, we can generate leads. You should not be home not doing anything, right? And I highly, highly recommend that you guys open an account with Canva. There are limited things you can do with Canva, and then there are a more professional account. For example, I pay a certain amount of money a month. I think it's $15 a month for a professional Canva account. And I do really great Instagram posts. I do Instagram videos through Canva as well. We can do flyers. You know, you can do a lot of really great stuff with Canva, stuff that you normally can't do just on Instagram itself or even any other service. So I really, really promote Canva. You guys can download the app on your phones. And if you don't know how to use it, or you're struggling to know how to use it, they even offer video tutorials on how to use Canva. All right. So if you guys want to click on videos, you go and you create nice looking video templates like the ones you see on social media. And you wonder how that is done. Well, this is how it's done. I mean, using a system like this. All right. All right, guys. Any questions before we end our program? I know we covered a lot, but if you guys put it to if you put it to into practice, I promise you're going to start generating your own leads. This is all besides the leads that we provide you as an office. Of course, you guys can rely on our leads, that's fine. But if you want to start generating your own leads, you now know the tricks, and you now know the tools, and it's time to get going. All right. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us in this class. I truly enjoyed teaching you this class, and I'm going to go ahead and load this class into our YouTube channel so you guys can rewatch it. I also have that class already on YouTube, so you guys can still watch something that I recorded in the past, but I'm going to go ahead and load this video as well. And just answering that last question there that I see here from Donna, is apartments.com the same where the listing has to be inactive? Yes. So apartments.com, like Zillow, all listings that are active automatically appear on Zillow.com. And if it's a condo, then it'll appear also on apartments.com. But if you are listing a house, then it's not going to be on apartments.com. Right?
Okay, Robert. So with like Redfin, all of them, they all need to be inactive listings.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, your membership to the MLS and to NER and Miami Association of Realtors and everything, they syndicate our listings to over 500 different websites worldwide. So just by activating a listing on the MLS, your listings show up on Zillow and Realtor.com and Redfin and just all these different, websites. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay?
Okay, so you still recommend that we set up accounts with these various other websites, or should we set up our own personal accounts with them?
if you do, they're probably going to want you to pay them. So,
Okay, so it's not necessary.
my listings, these listings that you see here, all right, just like your listing, Donna, my listings, these right here, these are already on Zillow and Realtor.com and Redfin and everything else. And I have an account with Zillow and I have an account with Realtor.com. I don't have an account with anybody else. Homes.com, nothing. But it already shows there. Now, if I go to Homes.com and I create an account, they're gonna want to sell me some additional services, to highlight my listings. I'm not interested in paying additional. I'm just going to let my listing be out there and hopefully it'll bring a buyer to me. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome, guys.
Robert, I want to say this was awesome. Just awesome. Thanks again. Another wonderful training. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. It's for the realtor that's wondering, all right, what's next? How do I generate my own leads? There's many ways, guys. If you feel up for the challenge, you can put on some sneakers and you can distribute flyers in your neighborhood or door hangers, which is a really great idea. Just don't touch people's mailboxes. That is not allowed. All right. But if you want to go to your local Publix and put flyers on people's cars, your business cards, I mean, do what you have to do to generate your own activity. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.